At least 36,000 runners and 1 million spectators are expected at tomorrow's Boston Marathon, which again will be under tight security. Extra measures put in place last year following 2013's deadly bombings will remain in place, including additional police observation points and surveillance cameras. Spectators are discouraged from bringing large coolers or backpacks. On Tuesday, the trial of convicted Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev enters the penalty phase. The jury will decide whether the 21-year-old gets the death penalty or life in prison. And Dahler is in Boston.
The prosecution is expected to remind jurors of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's deliberate actions that led to the deaths of 4 people, including 8-year-old Martin Richard. Tsarnaev can be seen in surveillance video setting his bomb down just feet away from the child. The defense team, including anti-death penalty specialist Judy Clark, is expected to put Tsarnaev's family members, friends, and experts on the stand to portray him as a typical college student who was radicalized and led astray by his overbearing older brother Tamerlan. What's not yet clear is how much of that testimony Judge George O'Toole will allow. He limited it during the trial stage. But despite the brutality of the bombings and the murder of MIT officer Sean Collier, legal experts say it's the defense that has the advantage. Massachusetts has no death penalty. Tsarnaev was convicted in federal court. While a recent CBS News poll shows 60% of Americans favor the death penalty for Tsarnaev, almost the exact opposite is true among Bostonians.
The small bombs didn't.
Ed Davis was Boston's police commissioner at the time of the bombings.
This is Massachusetts. Do you think there's a jury in this state that's going to be able to hand down the death penalty?
I think there is. I'm not a big advocate of the death penalty. I've never been extremely supportive of it. I think it has its place, and I think this is a place.
Even among the victims, there is disagreement. In a Boston Globe essay, Martin Richards' family urged prosecutors to take the death penalty off the table in exchange for the defendant spending the rest of his life in prison without any possibility of release and waiving all of his rights to appeal. But Patrick Downs, who lost a leg when the first bomb went off, has an even stronger desire.
I want this to be over. I want this to be over for our city. I want this to be over for the families.
The marathon will be run here tomorrow, but the day after, jurors are looking at a marathon of their own. Between the prosecution and defense cases as well as deliberations, Jeff, the penalty phase could take another 4 weeks.
Don Dahler, thank you.